might want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They can't take it to 10.
Hey.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, how about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch a skirt the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? Rep for your brum, for your post, department, your projects. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Hey, look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend, sweet. This sugar, one man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods, damn out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, so suspenseful, I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Don't jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead, easy to get rich or dead. Trying, this ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead. Snooze I won't, I can't lose, ready, rest or a bed. Do what you can to do, make it next move your best. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no bill. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I keep it so for real. Who feel that glowing hill? I'm giving it soldier chill. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. At first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See that pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, this way, right before the
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle this. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy. Honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets, the coast regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the wrist I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest. Oh, I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings. I would never underestimate. Oh. Come on, oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the wrist I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest. Oh, I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings. I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh Belly, my bets are off. Everything was better off.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk. Take a breather. Cardio kingpin. Subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A plus the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the left.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the New York Giants. Ready to get things rocking, the Pro Bowl kicker from the NFC last year, Aldrich Rosas. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Elliott. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Well, the spark that ignited the Cowboys-Giants rivalry goes back to 1960 when Dallas's first head coach and former New York Giants assistant Tom Landry brought his 0-10 rookie squad into Yankee Stadium. That game would finish a 31-31 tie, the only non-loss in the expansion Cowboys' first season. 6 decades later, still one of the most heated rivalries in the NFL. Heck, even Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett spent 3 seasons in a Giants uniform. And Dallas leads the overall series, including the last 4 meetings. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Bring it. Rush in. Rush in. 26.
A first down carry by Elliott. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Pollard. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. They create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep, Golden Tate. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. The dive unsuccessful. The big fella can't pick it up. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 3, check 3. Hatchet. Check 15, check 15. Get ready.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And some room to maneuver, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. A first down run from Barkley, pretty well defended. Give him 3 yards on the play. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cowboys 7, Giants nothing.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Smith coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. On 3rd down, Barkley. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Tavon Austin, he's going to go. Touchdown, Cowboys. Just a fantastic punt return of 80 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Forbath, the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey! 5, 6, 6, pull it high.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Well, we see so many good battles in the NFC East, and Cowboys and Giants, they rarely disappoint. They didn't disappoint last year. Cowboys got the better of the Giants both times. Week 2, 20-13, and then in Week 17, a thriller, 36-35. That was a game where Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdown passes. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Now Saquon Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. From 17 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's coming, double up. Check safety, check safety. Check, check, check. Check, check, check.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the blitz coming, and down he goes. Jalen Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now it's Barkley. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And an alley to run. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 9. 3rd and long, they keep it on the ground, and it pays big dividends.
Sometimes it's a surprise to the defense. 3rd and long, you expect to pass. You catch them off guard. In this case, you're exactly right. It paid huge.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. Throwing Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just 1 second remaining in the 1st half, they'll call the timeout. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. This is taken at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They go to Elliott again. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 10th carry now for Elliott. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. These Cowboys looking good here at AT&T Stadium. Of course, they were really good in this building last year. 7-1 in their 8 games played at home. The only loss was on a Monday night to Tennessee. On second down, Elliott. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, 42 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken at the 3. And he's Golden Tate's gonna go. And it's a touchdown for the New York Giants.
Touchdown, Giants.
I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
11 yards and a Cowboy first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Switch up, switch up. Begin. Tight dog. No. Off. Shit. We're going to go 47. 26.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the 38, Prescott connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 41. Elliott running right. Will fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Again, it's Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it.
Kill.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now Jones, a big spot for the rookie from Duke.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Some good games around the league here early in week one, and this one shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 17 yards and a Giant first down. A lot of eyes on Golden Tate this year to see if he can take over some of the production that OBJ had before he got shipped to Cleveland. You know, Beckham had 1,000-yard seasons 4 of his 5 years in New York. Golden Tate struggled at the end of last year in Philadelphia, but he had a really good run in Detroit, including 3,000-yard seasons in the middle of this decade. Jones throwing complete here to Tate, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. He completes it to Tate. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Hey, box truck. Ready?
Jones now on 1st and 10. It's a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. On 2nd down, here's Barkley, and some room to work. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Critical extra point up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Going for the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Nifty running by Barkley there on 1st down. He scoots forward for 7 yards, sets him up nicely, 2nd and 3. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
Topper! Hey, wahoo!
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Jones throwing again. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Here's Riley Dixon now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Let's go. Ready, break.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Switch. Check. Lucky. Check out.
They'll run with Barkley. Twisting away. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run it again with Barkley. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Get ready.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Check 9. Check 3. Hatchet. We're going to 54. Wire. Check 50. Check.
Elliott. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Always a lot of great storylines when the Giants and Cowboys get together. And, of course, one everybody was buzzing about, the great young running back Zeke and Saquon, who finished 1-2 in the NFL in rushing last year. And down on the field before the game, you see those guys talking. You realize how big they are. Zeke at 228 pounds, Saquon 233 pounds. A bright future in the backfield for both of these franchises. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Check. Crouch. Check.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown, and in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I'd love to see games finish that way.
So for the Giants, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
And New Orleans, big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one, and when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch your moves. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll it when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. Come on. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you